As business leaders, we must form a strong network to ensure that we are well equipped to deal with disasters. The American Red Cross is there for all citizens in this country that need humanitarian aid and relief from the impact and loss that natural disasters can cause. We know from experience that many businesses never recover from disaster, particularly smaller businesses. We also know that many businesses have the people with the expertise and the compassion to help the American Red Cross build a stronger disaster response effort. Grainger has worked very closely with the Red Cross over the last 5 years to launch the national rollout of Ready When the Time Comes. Our teams have planned and executed launch events and training drills from New York to Honolulu. Part of working together has been our joint effort to recruit other businesses and not-for-profit organizations to provide employee volunteers. Over the last 2 years, the number of Ready When the Time Comes partners has grown to more than 460 companies, and nearly 14,000 employees from the business community have been trained. This is a very special group of people.
At the very beginning of the Ready When the Time Comes program, Grainger started to get involved with the Red Cross. There are a small number of us, probably less than 50, and we just really started to work with the Red Cross in terms of how could we leverage Grainger's connections across the United States to help the Red Cross respond in times of disaster. Looking back 10 years to when we had 50 Grainger team members who were helping to start the Ready When the Time Comes program, it would be really hard to imagine how big this has become in only 10 years.
The Red Cross needs the ability to gear up quickly when disasters happen. We can't predict when they're going to occur. And we often need a large influx of volunteers when disasters happen. What's critical to the Red Cross is that our disaster volunteers are pre-trained, whether they help with shelter, mass feeding of people, logistics, disaster assessment. It is so important that we have people available and ready to go to work, hit the boots on the ground. And by virtue of marrying the large capacity within the workplace with the training that we offer in advance of the disaster, we can put people to work very quickly.
It was 100 degrees and people had been waiting in line for quite a while to get cleanup kits, including bleach, mops, pans, this kind of thing. And we had run out of some of the supplies and all we were left was with bleach. And I was very nervous because I thought, these people are going to come up and you've got a can of bleach. What does that mean to someone? This woman came up and she had tears in her eyes. I handed her a gallon of bleach and she said, "Thank you. You have no idea how much this helps." And so for me, my perception of the impact was, oh my gosh, I'm only offering bleach. But to her, it was hope. So her life was going to change.
So after the Katrina disaster, there were several family members that were in this shelter, and the one thing that really hit me was the fact that there was a little kid there, but he was the only child there and really didn't have anything to do. So I went there twice. So the following day I came, prepared. I brought some DVDs and movies for this child to be able to watch, and this child was so grateful. And just the expression and the feeling that I was able to make this child happy and that he had forgotten everything that he had gone through just was a great feeling.
There's no greater resource than people. And as business leaders, we need to continue to dedicate our time and our attention to ensuring that the Red Cross is supported in efforts to build a volunteer capacity.
When we are deployed as a team and we go out there and we are there to help, we are there to serve, and that's what that team does. And we have this, it's a camaraderie, and it's something that unless you've been on a team and seen the result of that positive impact, it's just so rewarding.
It's really been amazing. Over the last couple of years, our number of volunteers has doubled. We have several hundred companies that are already involved. We're in more than 50 communities across the nation. And in particular, what's really important is that we now have Ready When the Time Comes volunteers available in our most disaster-prone communities. Grainger has provided really tremendous leadership in helping to establish the programs in these communities, especially the disaster-prone communities. Companies have followed Grainger in had their own employees trained, and together we have made our communities more resilient as a result of this program.
Being a good corporate citizen goes well beyond compliance with external mandates and giving away money for charitable causes. Just as corporations cultivate relationships with customers and suppliers, we should also build relationships with organizations that provide vital community services. Through common purpose and mutual respect, the hallmarks of partnership, a corporation and a community service organization working together can help ensure that we remain a healthy and viable society. For the people at Grainger, there has been no greater testament to the meaning of good corporate citizenship than the success of our Ready When the Time Comes partnership with the American Red Cross.